On behalf of all drag racing fans, including those of us here at Willowbank Raceway, big thank you to Graham Cowan, Wendy, Andrew, and everyone at Rocket Industries, Brett White and Co. Of course, they have the parts you need. RocketInd.com, a huge supporter of Australian drag racing, and I know these racers in Super Street for the final appreciate it.
Tony Wallace, the former champ in an all-ute race.
Tony Wallace knows what it's like to go rounds, to say the least. On paper, he's the one to beat, but slower reaction time.
Trying to get a good bank of Rocket All-Star points ahead of the Castrol Edge Winter Nats. Look at that, looking over his right shoulder. Yep, he's in front, but he didn't back off enough.
He looked over 4 times, Darryl Williams, and still broke out.
Oh, he'll be kicking himself at the end of the night. That was there to win. Had the better Enzed light, but went too quick.
First part of the equation was done. Super sedan, but not the final step, the critical one. Tony White in that Commodore. Up against Ricky Steffens, making a return back to sportsman grassroots drag racing action. We had a big rain delay today, so it's quite late at night. Tricky conditions for the racers. And only the hardest of hardcore here as a result. Oh, Ricky Steffens, look at him, craning the head over 3, 4, 5 times. And loses it. Tony White far closer to his nominated handicap.
That's awesome. You make a good point there, Dan. At this time of night, it's really hard to get a grip on just how quick your car will run. So to run a 9.15 and a 914 is awesome super sedan racing.
Got to say too, Dale O'Dwyer on screen, a big rap to Willowbank Raceway, the staff, the administration. They had a big rain delay today, and they've done a superb job in getting all these classes done and run in very quick order.
Super Gas final, heads up tree. Not allowed to go quicker than 9.90, wow.
Oh, that's a big moment, possibly in the championship for the champion. 006 Light, Darryl Stephen. Look at that.
Yep, that's why he's a champion right there. That is awesome.
Remembering you cannot run quicker than 9.90, and he nailed it off the start line too. Superstock Group 2 drag racing. I know you love this car, Chad. Nino Cavallo.
I am a Dodge man. I do have my Mopar hat on as we speak.
And he really does. It's the trucker style cap.
And I bought it here at Willowbank. Nino Cavallo, 311 cubes of Dodge power. He went out before the final in Perth at the Western Nationals. He's gone all the way. PRE engine power on board.
Got to say, it'd be lovely to see Nino in something like Pro Stock at some stage. Paul Beecham and his nominated time, which is not nominated, it's Class Set. So it is tricky to keep track of this sometimes.
Especially late at night. So the Dodge, I was going to say it has the head start, but it's left too quick. Beecham with a 003.
Wow.
They were both really chasing that tree.
And he did back off and protect that Class Set handicap. He decided to leg it out and took the win anyway.
Well, you can't hurt your handicap in a final unless you break a national record. So he wanted to see the abilities that he has in Superstock. Simone Payne and Dakota Ward.
Running the 8th mile, just over 200 metres. Virtual heads up, and Simone Payne.
Yeah, she'll take the win on this occasion.
I think she's already celebrating.
That's awesome. She'll be over the moon about that.
So Sydney defeats Queensland in this one.
And a big bank of Rocket All-Star points going the way of Simone through to competition bike.
Class Set handicap racing, Kelvin Britton. This has been a Suzuki slugfest for much of the event. David Runman
was runner-up at the Western Nationals. Looking to make amends for that right here. He is looking good. Great reaction time. His Rocket All-Star charge is very, very good at the moment.
Britton on the charge, trying to make up for a slow reaction time with horsepower, but can't do it. In fact, Runman doesn't even run under his class handicap. Such was his Enzed advantage off the start line. From one bike class to another modified bike. And there's my favourite, Brian Vernon on the Trident.
All 3 cylinders of Triumph Power are back for another race, this time against the big Busser.
Yeah, Bussers are pretty awesome too. Almost heads up. The higher Busser with the start line advantage. So aggressive on the drive is Vernon, but
Nick Mundy sat up at 1,000 foot, looked over his shoulder, and broke out. That's how quick that busser was running on that occasion. Great win to Vernon. He is looking good for the Rocket All-Star title. Bring on the Winter Nationals for him.
well done. Modified eliminator. In fact, he has to go in, Vernon, with the maximum points. He had a good Sun States as well earlier on in the Rocket Series. Kirsten Dance, a big win against Kelly Corbett in the semi-finals. No, that's not a supercharger, that's an injector hat. Naturally aspirated V8. Phil Bellett as well, a modified dragster. V8 naturally aspirated. Almost a heads-up matchup, this one. A little disconcerting, the little green light, just for those wondering. On the left-hand side as we face the Christmas tree is out. Oh, the craning of the neck continues, but Bellett does it this time in style. Dance breaks out, but I think Bellett physically got there first.
Yeah, he was definitely first to the line on that occasion. This is a big race. Justin Walsh.
Sweet car, that one.
Now, this is an all-altered final. Two very, very different cars in terms of performance, though.
It's what we love about competition eliminator. Graham Frawley in the carburetted. V8 altered. Justin Walsh in the supercharged methanol burning altered. Gary Phillips from Top Alcohol and Top Door Slammer fame has been very hands-on with this car for some time now.
Wow, look at that injector hat starting to frost over in the middle of the night. That is just awesome. Quick spray of methanol and glycol into the injector hats to stop them from freezing over.
Justin Walsh has been bristling a bit at the form of some of his Western Australian compatriots in top comp and competition.
This is going to be cool. Watch this. The natural aspirated altered is going to get a massive head start, and this man's going to have to chase him down. Can he do it?
Tortoise and hair stuff.
Here he comes.
They're virtually a dead heat off the start line.
He's charging.
And he gets there. And what a number. 5.998. Great run. Frawley well under his handicap as well. Awesome final.
Frawley hangs that left front in the air. He went the long way, though. Straight over to the center line. That's just giving his opponent that little bit more of an advantage. Look at that altered walk around.
It did cost him ET, no doubt.
Oh, great drag racing. That's huge for the championship. Rocket All-Star Racing Series points. That's going to go all the way to the Winters.
Supercharged Outlaws now. Chris Loy.
So a couple of blown dragsters. 100 Rocket All-Star points up for grabs for the winner. 80 for the runner-up.
In the Rocket All-Stars Drag Racing Series, Brian Marsden, the Keith Black, 540 cubic inches. It's about trying to get the maximum points.
His son Luke on screen right now has a lot of say within the Castrol Edge Top Door Slammer team of Ben Bray.
I've seen Ben Bray over that car a fair bit, particularly in the engine department. Knowing Ben, the clutch.
Good guy to have in your corner. So, Chris Loy is already in pre-stage, has another few inches to move into full stage. He does that. Little shake of the fist there from Luke. Oh, and his dad red lights.
An 0.13 reaction time in the other lane. That was always going to be tough. Chris Loy.
Oh, that's painful. 674 and a 674.
That's understanding the tune-up of your car, but you can't undo a red light. Finals time for Pro Stock Motorcycle. This key round, we're back to Pro Series drag racing thanks to Auto One and Enzed and Andrew Badcock.
The third rider for Trevor Birrell to ride at Willowbank in the last 2 seasons. And he'll be the third rider to win at Willowbank for Trevor Birrell.
Trevor Birrell, the owner, standing right behind and crew chief.
Ross Lemberg could not contest this final after junking a motor. And this is a great pass. It's actually low ET of the round, 732. Wow, Badcock.
Not far outside his PB, 724 on this bike. And a clean leave off the start line too.
Up on that limiter. 5 gear shifts. Hits him beautifully.
Trevor would be smiling.